Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to explain the story, The Adventure of Toto. We have done some of the paragraphs, okay, and now we are going to do the next paragraphs. Uh, the poor man was taken aback. Who was that? The grandfather means, sorry. But with a great presence of mind and much of grandfather's annoyance, he said, means he was the ticket collector. I think he was selling the tickets, and he was unable to just feel comfortable on that time because the monkey was looking at him, okay, very angrily. Sir, you have a dog, okay, with you. You will have to pay for it accordingly. In vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog. Means see the stupid talk, okay, nonsense talk between the ticket collector, okay, and the grandfather, that you cannot think that I am carrying a dog, and a dog and a monkey is two different things. Or even as a quadrum means having four leg animal. Toto was classified. This is the rule of, I think, railway, that if you are carrying some pet, you will have to pay the charges, or you will have to uh, purchase a ticket for the animal as well. A dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees, okay, was the sum handed over as his fare. This was the fare, okay, of the for the monkey or the dog. The grandfather, just to get his own, okay, bag, took from his pocket, okay, our pet tortoise, and said, "What must I pay for this, okay, since you charge for all animals?" The ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his, okay, forefingers, means inspected or saw him, gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look, and said, "No charge, it is not a dog." Means if you are carrying a tortoise, okay, it will not be charged, but if you are carrying a dog or a monkey, you will have to charge or buy tickets for that. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable. Now, after the incident, okay, of a railway, now they have reached at home, and when the grandmother, who was very much admired with this habit of grandfather, that he always keep and carry some animals in the house, and they create disturbance in the house. So when when the red monkey was accepted by the grandmother, he was given a very nice place, okay, to live, a comfortable home in the stable. A stable means the living place of the horses, where he had for a companion, okay, the family of donkey Nana. This was the name of the donkey, okay, mule Nana. On Toto's first, okay, night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. Means the grandfather wanted to know if the monkey is comfortable there. To his surprise, he found Nana, is the donkey, without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hair. Means this shows that he was very much annoyed and unhappy. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches, and she jerked back, okay, dragging Toto with her. Means means the Nana does not like the any other companion, okay, in his stable. He had fastened on to her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Toto and Nana never became friends. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his death. Sorry, for his bath. He would. These are the problems. You will read, okay, it nicely there. I'm giving the brief explanation of this after reading. Means now see in this whole story, actually, how a monkey was able to adopted and adjusted in a family, and how he was living with other animals, okay, in the house. So this is all about this, incident. He was cunningly, he means very with a cheating manner, test the temperature with his hand. See the naughtiness, okay, or the naughty approach of the monkey, that he was testing, means putting his finger inside the water, that if it is extremely hot or normal, so that he could bath. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, okay, then gradually step into the bath first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing. Means the monkey are very much imitative. They imitate human beings. So he might have seen the bathing, the way of bathing of the grandfather, and that's why he was imitating the same approach, okay, and the style of bathing until he was into the water up to his neck. Okay, once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands, okay, or feet, and rub himself all over. See, this all scene might create a kind of fun when you will see this all activity in a form of video clip, that how a monkey is bathing and how he's checking the temperature of water boiled for bathing, and how he's using his shampoo or soaps. So this is a very funny things, but you can read, okay, understand and think for that. When the water became cold, he would get out, okay, and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. Just like human being in the month of January, when we bath ourselves, we just rush very fast to the fireplace in order to warm up our body. Same case was there also with the monkey. If anyone laughed at him during his performance, Toto feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. And if anyone is laughing, okay, so because of this, okay, he was not able to go there. Means he was also very much jealous, or or not happy that if anyone laugh. Means he was very much touchy kind of human being, touchy kind of animal. One day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. A large kitchen kettle had been, okay, left on the fire to boil for a tea, okay, and Toto, finding himself with nothing, okay, better to do, decided to remove the lid, okay, finding the water just warm enough for a bath, okay, he got in, okay, with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while, okay, until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little. This was the activity, okay, this was the incident that took place one day. The tea was being prepared by someone else, and he might have observed all these things, so he wanted to imitate the same activity, but he was not successful in that. But finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him, okay, half boiled out of the kettle. Means he sat in the kettle and she just removed, hauled means removed him from the kettle. See, in Japan, I had seen one video clip, and there one monkey is there, working in a restaurant, and he was serving as a just like a helper. It was not the restaurant; I think it was a grocery shop where he was working, and he was giving and responding all the commands. So he was trained in a way that whatever work of human being is there, he used to do. In even Bollywood, we have so many movies that we can see that the snake, the dog, and the monkey, the elephant sometimes have played just like a human being, the role of just like a human being. This was their complete attachment with the human beings. They are emotionally attached. So this is the case with the this red monkey also, Toto also. Grandmother arrived and hauled him, okay, half boiled out of the kettle. If there is a part of the brain, okay, especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed, okay, in Toto. He was always tearing things, okay, to pieces. This was his activity. I told you that a monkey cannot keep a coconut in his hand, okay, for a long time. This is a idioms, okay, and sayings that बानर के हाथ में नारियल. It means it will no longer, okay, kept by the monkey in his hand. This shows that he is very much mischievous, okay. Whenever one of my aunts, okay, came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. This was his mischievous activity. If anyone is coming from the houses, okay, wearing sari or any suits, he used to just tear them. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. This was made for the family members. We entered the room to find Toto suffering himself stuffing himself with rice, means he was eating. My grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. One of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. Means this was the activity he was eating. And those who were coming near to him, he was just throwing plates and water at them. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish okay, of pulao and made his exit through a window. Means he served the pulao okay, to the grandfather, and then he out from the place through a window. This shows that those who have loved animal, they are also loved by the animal, and those who don't love animals, animals don't love them. We found him the branches of the jackfruit tree. Okay, the dish is still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. Okay, and then in order to spite grandfather who had skimmed at him, he threw the dish okay down from the tree. Now see, when grandmother had come, he had taken a dish, a plate of dish. Sorry, some pulao okay in a plate, and he was carrying on the jackfruit tree, and there he was eating. It's this shows that uh, he liked the pulao. Okay, he liked the biryani, the taste. So obviously Toto was not the sort of pet. So initially I said that actually he served the plate before the grandfather. It was not like that. He was frightened, or he might have shown a kind of respect towards the grandfather, the master. So obviously Toto was not the sort of pet okay we could keep for long. This was their observation. Even grandfather realized that we were not well to do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes. Means this was because of his disturbing nature. The family members realized, okay, even the grandfather realized that we cannot keep him in this way. We'll have to chain him. Okay, we'll have to keep him in a place where we could just do our activity okay comfortably, because he was destroying or disturbing. Initially he had tear up okay the pages of the golden pages of the decoration of the dining hall. Okay, and now he is just disturbing the kitchen or the place they were used to eat. Even grandfather realized that we were not well to do okay and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes. Means generally he used to come okay in the morning time, in the breakfast time, or the dinner time, or the lunch time, and he used to have the food. And even not only he eat the food, but also the he just disturb the or destroy the food, or just harm the ladies okay who come near the dishes or the table. Dishes, clothes, curtain, and wallpaper. These were the disturbing things okay he was doing. So grandfather found that the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. And finally, what happened? So because of his mischievous activity, okay, nature, then grandfather decided to sold him back. Finally, once again, the grandfather okay sold animal, sorry, the monkey, red monkey, back to the owner, real owner of the monkey. That was the Tonga wala. And finally, this story ends here. You will do all the NCERT questions of this story, and just love animal, and if they are mischievous okay don't punish them, and give them the natural surrounding. And in this story we see that how adventurous Toto was, and what were the mischievous activity he was doing. So according to the nature of the pet animals okay, we should tame them, we should keep them in our houses. Generally we keep in our houses, as a pet, I think it is cat, it is dog. So these are the very comfortably adjusted animal in our houses, because their nature of living is little bit similar to human being, or maybe they just adjust themselves, adopt themselves okay according to the need of the human being. So I think dog is the supreme pet okay, the most important pet of all. And rest animals in a form of tortoise, we cannot just teach tortoise, we cannot teach monkey. They're very much mischievous. tortoise cannot do anything, any harm in our houses, because it needs okay water. So water is important for him. So in aquarium we can keep tortoise and fishes, but monkey is very mischievous, animal. If you try to tame it okay as a pet, it will definitely or surely and certainly will create disturbance in the family, or in the kitchen, or in the dining hall, or in the everywhere. Just like initially the narrator was telling that how the Anglo-Indian ladies were disturbed. Means the Anglo-Indian means the lady who were from the British or from the Indian. Same means they were carrying the citizenship of British and even the India. So their sari, means their suits, were being torn by the Toto. This shows that he was very much mischievous. So you'll do all these things. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you all.